season, dude. A lot of fucking media people, I feel like some of the media people's favorite question is to ask you about your future with the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
I want to ask, why do you think that's a valid question from them? Like, Wayne, what is your fucking future with the Tennessee Titans? So people don't think we evade any type of topic or conversation on the bus.
I think it's a valid conversation because of the year I had. Like, it's not hard to, like, it was an up and down year. If you look past from a pass pro standpoint, I won't do the positives. From a run game standpoint, like, I didn't have as much power in my legs. I just wasn't as strong, and my explosion wasn't the same. So my run game performance was down. That's just the reality situation. I missed 4 games, got knocked out 1. You gotta assume, based on my production the last few, like the before the ACL, that I'm gonna go into this offseason and do what I do every single year and train. This is my first year I've been able to train in 2 years. Like 2020, everything was shut down. You couldn't pay somebody to train you. 2019 was that? So 2020 going into 2020 season. Sorry, you can pay to get trained, and then I tore my ACL. So I spent this whole year trying to rehab an ACL to get my ACL able to play. And what lacked was power. What lacked was strength. What lacked was a lot, and I noticed a lot was conditioning. Usually, dude, I'm running around the field and I'm ripping, and I'm finding myself breathing heavy after a couple of plays. Like, it just wasn't. I wasn't myself. And for me to sit here, if I were to be like, "Hey guys, no, I played great," like, I really didn't. Like, I was up and down. I think over the grand scheme of things of 32 teams, like, did I play an above average year? I guess. Like, I played an above average year, but by no means is like what I'm capable of at all. But it's a valid question, and it's a question that I found myself had a couple times with myself. Like, damn, like, is there a chance I get cut this year? Like, is that a real thing? And dude, if I did, that would just suck so bad, because I just feel like there would be like, I would just feel like I wouldn't have a chance to prove myself.
You just feel like you have a lot in the basement that
I just know like there's better times ahead.
Right.
Like, right. I'm going to be myself. Like, Trent Williams is 32 years old. He's playing his best ball, 49er.
He's a fucking
He's
monster.
the best tackle in the league, no question. But he's 32 years old. He's playing better than he was in year 8, and he's in year 10 now.
Yeah.
Or 11, whatever it is. Like, tackles range differently. Coming off an ACL, like, it's not going to be the same.
Right.
You know? Now, if you want to talk about like pass pro production, like, after week 1, I gave up 2 sacks in week 1. I know Chandler Jones had 5, and everyone likes to put that. Like, I had 2 sacks in week 1. Now, it goes way more than the 2 sacks. I also was getting bulled. I gave up pressures. I gave up hits. Like, it was, I got donkeyed out there.
Your second half of the year looked a lot different from your first. And, like, obviously you made a lot of progress. Yeah. I think people hang on to that first quarter of the season. And obviously, again, even in the first half of your year, the availability that you had too, I think kind of plays into the worries, the mindset. Because you see week 1 happen, you see the availability thing kind of happen, and you can just kind of create this story in your head. You see like a dead cap of a low number next year, and people are like, oh, we need to get rid of him and stuff like that.
Right.
But I do think, and I would like you to speak on kind of the progress of the peaks and valleys of the first half of the year, transitioning and kind of coming into your own a lot more in the second half of the year. Yeah. Because I think that's where a lot of the mindset is you get stuck on that first part and see, the injury stuff that was happening. But in the back half, bro, I thought the way, and I know it was hard, like, and we had a lot of like good conversations too. And that shit is just fucking tough to kind of battle through.
It's mental warfare with yourself.
It's mental warfare.
Yeah.
And then you guys start winning and stringing these games together, and you're coming into your own a little bit more. But I just think it's I was proud of you. I was hyped for you playing a lot better in that back half, because I know you were battling a lot in that first part of the year. Yeah.
And I think, like, to finish the thought I was having is, like, after week 1, I gave up 1 sack the rest of the year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, from a pass pro production standpoint, that's there. And that's what, like, traditionally you're there to be as a left tackle. Mm-hmm. Like, there's another whole facet of the game is the run blocking, which will get fixed with strength and having an offseason do those types of things. So I'm not worried about myself from a playing standpoint. And I know that there's the media needs to do this for a whole lot of reasons. One, it's a valid question. Like, could the Titans get rid of me? Yes, they could. And they
like everybody.
Just like everybody.
Nobody's fucking safe.
Anybody who doesn't have guaranteed money, he could get cut.
Right.
Like, that's it. And, like, you're right. The beginning part of the season, it was just like, holy shit. Like, where's a turbulent ass flight?
Right.
Like, after week 1, I was struggling mentally big time. Like, my confidence was shot. I was like, I'm done. Like, I'll never be the same person again. This is over for me. Like and I've always said, like, I'm not going to go out like some Nancy boy fuck. Like I'm going to go out on my own terms. I'm not going to be some dude that just keeps riding the wave. And people be like, yo, remember Lewan? Yeah, he's just old now and barely can move. Like, your boy can still move. You know what I'm saying? And like, once I started, what's up?
I'm not going to be this dude that just rides the wave and fucking, I was like, I slowly start to just look toward the back of the bus. No, I feel you. Keep going, man.
But like, I'm just not going to do that. Like, when I start seeing my potential like dwindle, I'm fucking out of here. Like, I'm not going to be remembered as this dude that's just like crippling, walking around,
trying to keep the dream alive.
Keep the dream alive. Like, that's just not who I am. Like, I came in this league a dominant player. I'm going to leave a dominant player. You know, this year just wasn't a dominant year, and like that happens. You know, everybody has off years and stuff like that, and I have somewhat of insurance policy with coming back from a knee. There's lots of guys that had knees that also had a really hard time coming back. One guy who's a friend is Bakhtiari.
Yeah.
He's had a really, really hard time. It seems like I'm not going to speak for him. It just seems like because he didn't play the whole year, which I think was smart. Like, I think like if I could go back and we kind of had that conversation with Johnny Mins, what would you change? Well, nothing. No, I'd change it. If I went back, I would have handled myself way differently. I wouldn't have put these extremely high expectations on myself. I would have understood where I was, and I probably wouldn't have played that first game. I probably wouldn't have played as much as I did in camp, which wasn't really that much. I would have kept getting my legs stronger and maybe came back week 3, week 4, week 5. And I don't think we're having this conversation right now. Yeah. I don't think it's a conversation in the media.
Yeah, I think definitely like looking at the load you had going through preseason and everything else, because even you were like, oh, I might not play the 4th preseason game. And
third.
Was it? Oh, yeah.
Only third.
The last preseason game. Because I remember thinking in my head, like, it seems like it'd be good to just be out there and move around, block some of these dudes just to like get ready for somebody like a Chandler Jones in week 1 and stuff like that. But there's definitely, when you look back and think about how you can do things differently, there's definitely stuff that you can think about that you would have switched up, loaded differently. Like, okay, I am feeling this way. Let's put a little more on it. Hey, let's take a little more back.
Yeah.
Listen to your body and stuff like that.
Yeah. And so I just, I think that I ended the year on a good note. Like,
I mean, you choked out Hendrickson.
Hey, he's a homie too.
I was gonna say Hendrickson is my boy. When I was at the Saints for just a cup of coffee, I sat with him a lot because his
he looks like an accountant.
Yeah, his coach in college was like a giant fucking accountant.
Yeah,
and his coach in college was Carl Pelini. So we were sitting back there having a lot of funny Carl Pelini stories. Carl is Bo's brother, he's a fucking lunatic. But shout out the boy Hendrickson. I was just saying that to jab him.
He was chirping the whole game too. He started talking shit from snap 1. I was like,
dog, I saw you.
We're living. This is my world.
Yeah. I was like, hey, the boys are chirping each other. I was like, man, I wish I could be in Taylor's ear. Like, hey, call him a bitch. Call him a bitch.
Yeah. Sam Hubbard.
Point at his head.
Yeah, Sam Hubbard, 94. He's got like the elbow brace. I'm like, bro, you love JJ Watt. White guy just fucking grinding it. He's like, no, I dislocated my elbow. I was like, bro, you're a super fan. Like, he was getting hurt.
It's all good. You're a super fan.
They're like, why don't you just go do your podcast, you pussy? And like halfway through the game, they were saying something. They're like, things drastically changed. In the beginning of the game, a lot of shit talking going on. And then as the game progressed, he was now trying to be nice to me.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we already started here. We're going to finish here.
Keep the same energy.
Yeah, keep that same energy, boss.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's not be front runners right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I thought they came out to me and I was like, you boys really want to come on the podcast, don't you? Like, it was like a timeout or something like that. It was after Amani Hooker got that pick, that interception. And kind of like both offenses and both defenses were like kind of hovering around the field, like waiting to see what they call. And Trey, I was like, Sam Hubbard like walked up to me. By the way, guy walks with his arms out like this. And I told that dude, your lats aren't that fucking big. Put your hands down by your waist. Like, you need to relax. I told that during a game. Yeah. He walked by, he like gave me a look. I'm like, bro, put your fucking hands by your waist. Like, what are you holding up right now? He's like, he just goes, that was a weird chirp, and kind of like walked away. The guy just like walked away from me. And then I saw they were like kind of coming over, and they're being buddy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, boss, wait, it's the 3rd quarter. We still got 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was like,
come on.
I was like, you boys trying to come on. And Sam Hubbard hits me with, yeah, not gonna lie, I kind of do. And your boy Hendrickson's like, yeah, I mean, only reason why I'd come on is because of Will. Like, Will's my boy. And I was like, whatever you gotta tell yourself, Bob.
He's trying to keep that.
Yeah, well, hey, you keep that same energy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, but I liked playing against him. He plays super hard. He's a good pass rusher, and it was like an actual challenge. Like,
because he's strong as fuck.
Strong as fuck.
I hope you guys like this clip. If you want to continue to be for the boys, you need to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share with a friend, and check out our playlist. We have all the links right here on the screen. As always, biggest of hugs and tiniest of kisses. Also, go check out the full episodes, but always for the boys.